If the story is going to end in tragedy, don't make it a tearjerker. Let the audience know that that's what's going to happen, and you'll get much better reviews. 500 Days of Summer, when you watch that movie, it tells you in the very beginning in text that it is not going to have a happy ending, that it's going to be more like a tragedy. But if it's going to have a redemptive ending, if it's going to have a happy, successful ending, don't let the audience know and let them be pleasantly surprised. It is okay to do summaries to get from point A to point B so that you're not boring your audience to death. And I like to say audience instead of reader because these days they might be watching your story on screen or they might be reading it in a book. But if you want to show us Mr. Darcy pursuing Elizabeth, you can show in-depth conversations, and then when you need to skip to your next point, instead of creating unnecessary dialogue and unnecessary scenes, you can summarize what Mr. Darcy is doing in between those two scenes. Don't waste your audience's time with fillers. Show action, show summary, or you can just jump to the subplots of what is Mr. Wickham doing? Mr. Bingley and Jane Bennet, how are they getting along these days? One of the things that you'll notice in novels, if a man is pursuing a woman, they'll have interactions, but then he goes off and he does self-reflection. And she'll go off and she'll do self-reflection, or she'll have conversations with her friends. And then you work your magic to get them back together, which is really what the reader wants to see. If you have any questions or you have some thoughts that you would like to add, leave them in the comments.